Welcome back to our show. Once again, my name is Mrs. Augustina Anyango, and help me welcome my friend
Glory and Augustina. Welcome back to our sweet home Africa. It's always a pleasure to have you as our viewer. So today, my friend and I, once again, we have another topic. Our topic today is, why are some women abused in marriages? Abuse. We've been having a lot of women that are facing abuse in their marriages, and a lot of people outside, especially people that have not experienced that, might be wondering, how come these women are abused? So my friend and I will give you some of the reasons that we've heard, we've experienced, and we've seen why some women are abused. So we'll list them one by one, and then we'll discuss them briefly, and then offer some advice like we usually do that we believe will help a lot of women in marriages. All right, the first one is what I call marriage by contract or false marriage. I know a lot of people will be wondering, when I say marriage by contract, what does it mean? By contract means that's a reason why somebody went into that marriage. It's not love. Either it could be due to financial reasons, due to social status. So there's something there. And unfortunately, when that contract ends, then abuse comes in. When a man sees a woman, for example, maybe the woman is educated, she's a doctor, she's a lawyer, and then the man does not love the woman at all. But because she's a lawyer, or because she's a doctor, or it's a profession that the man likes, or she's a nurse, so the man will marry her and then bring her home. After a while, maybe the woman will start having children. And then she decides, I want to be home with my children. I want to be a mom. And then decide not to continue with that profession. Then all of a sudden, the man will change, become abusive, could be beating her, could be doing anything when we hear about abuse. And then people will be wondering, why are they fighting? Why are they doing this? And the man will not tell the people the truth. He will keep on saying, making stories about the wife, like my wife did this. But people will not understand that at the beginning, when he went to marry this woman, he married this woman because of the profession. And unfortunately for him, the woman have decided to leave the profession and to stay home. So that means the contract has ended. And once that contract ends, then the abuse will start. So that's what I mean by marriage by contract. Go ahead, my friend.
My dear, you said it all. What I'm going to put in that is not only that the woman had a baby and want to stay home, she can lose that position, or the company can close then. So because the marriage was not based on love, so that's what happened. Or sometimes people marry people because of their stature, like you said, because of the family background. So if you marry like that, sometimes parents can even negotiate or initiate this relationship. Oh, I will put you in this position if you do this for me, especially if you're with your boss who want to promote you to where you want to go. And then the only favor your boss wants is talk to my daughter, take her to dinner. I just want two of you to live together. I'll sponsor the wedding. You're there because somebody is going to do all that for you. Then at the end, if that father-in-law dies or mother-in-law, now you're looking at her and say, I didn't see your leg, it's so skinny. This is not who I want to marry. And by then problem will start because he's no longer your boss. Now you remember who you were supposed to marry. Because you married a wrong person, you're not going to be happy in that relationship. And by then, you will subject the lady that out of nowhere didn't know the arrangement you have with the father. Then you start subjecting her to untold hardship in a home where you're supposed to protect her.
That's true.
So That's what I want to chip in there.
And actually, while you were talking, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but while you were talking, what came to my mind is this, exactly what you just said. Because a lot of young ones will be like, okay, if they're dating someone, and then maybe, I have a good profession, and my date likes this.
Money in bank account.
Exactly. So what we're advising young people that are going into marriage, if you're dating someone, please be honest with the person. Tell them what you desire as a woman. Like, would you like to stay home when you have children? And then ask the man, why do you like me? Is it because of what I do? Is it because I'm a doctor? Is it because I'm a lawyer? Find out at the beginning so that you know if the person loves you or if the person is just chasing your profession and pretending to love you. That's all I have with the contract.
Yeah, you are right. Another thing that makes some women to go through under this abuse is arranged marriage.
That's true.
Your friend have a brother that is looking for a wife. As a result, because you're my friend and I know my friend, I will think that's how the brother behaves. Or, they have nice house. Oh, they are rich. They have money. My brother just come back from overseas. My brother have a car. The marriage has been arranged by some people that do not know what you actually want when it comes to marriage, when it comes to husband and wife. Then maybe the person smokes or the person drinks or party all day. You do not care about that, but because you saw a vehicle. The marriage had been arranged. Then maybe the man himself is not ready to settle down. Your friend or the parents will say, oh, that lady is so nice. They will talk him into marrying you. But what both of you forgot is that before you see him, you have somebody maybe you've been dating or somebody that promised you marriage, that you have done the courtship with that person for some time. You know the person and the person know you. But hey, this one come with a vehicle because you don't have. And you don't intend to have one. You forgot you have your own talent. You forget you went to school too. So because this guy already to you made it already, you think you're in heaven on earth. And then you let people talk you into marrying somebody. There was no courtship whatsoever. You don't know the type of food he likes. You don't know anything about him because after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, he will travel back. And then you're getting the money, you're getting a lot, and you think the world will be like that until when both of you start living together. Then you will know that that man had promised 10 people already marriage that are never finalized. So no matter how you cry, how you huff and puff, you want to go out, you want to control his movement because you have already built your own little cocoon how your husband will treat you, and when you get there you find counterfeit in your hand. So the problem will start, and then he will start beating you. The money he used to give you, he's not giving it to you. Then he eventually might not be coming home when you expect him to come home. The baby he used to call you now, he is not even going to talk to you, talk about calling you babies. Now things are changing. You see yourself, you have 2 or 3 little children in your hand. Eventually, because there was nothing like love connection between both of you, he actually married you to please the parents and the sister that talked him into marrying you. And then you married him because you're a friend of the sister.
That's true.
That you're looking at the behavior of the sister, you think that's the behavior of the brother. So eventually, by the time you have 2 or 3 kids, he want to find out that your armpit stinks. He want to find out that you don't go and do your nails like any other person. He want to find out how you can keep the home. He must find a reason why he have to be dodging you or subjecting you to that untold hardship that you never dreamed about. My dear.
Thank you so much, because actually you brought so many things out. Because one thing with arranged marriage is this. Most of the time when it's arranged, the people that are arranging it have ulterior motive. And I'm sorry to put it that way, because when we hear about this abuse, it bothers us so much that we're like, how can 2 people that love each other abuse each other? So when you think of it, most of the time when people arrange these things, they do it, in marriage, they do it in such a way that their own motive is what they're pushing. Not even trying to make the couples happy. Because let's say friends, maybe they're friends And because they're friends, they want to keep that friendship there.
Going,
so
yes.
they said, okay, maybe you'll marry my brother. So you marry my brother. You tell somebody, marry my brother, so that you can still be friends with her. But it's not that the brother loves her.
That person.
So once again, our advice to women, please do not go by what somebody else is telling you about a man. Because marriage is a long-lasting relationship. It's supposed to be forever. So if you're going to pick a spouse, don't pick a spouse because you went to school with the sister, or you went to school with somebody. Pick a man, because now we're talking about women. Pick a man that you love, and look at the quality of the man himself, not the quality of the sister or the quality of something else. So that's what it is with arranged marriage. And then parents, if you're going to arrange the marriage, arrangement, let it be an introduction. That means you can introduce your child to somebody that you think will be the spouse, but don't push it. And say, I saw someone that I think you will like. Let them talk. Let them, like we said, even at the beginning, let them share interests and see if they're compatible. So do not push the child and say, you must marry this person, you must marry this person. Do an introduction. Tell them who you saw, and then tell them, do you like the person? If they don't like the person, leave her alone. Don't push her into that marriage, because unfortunately, when she goes into that home and she's being abused, another thing is this: you as the mother will be ostracized from that family. The man will tell you not to come to the house, so you won't even be in charge of your daughter anymore. So that means you have put your daughter in bondage. So please be careful with arranged marriage. Like I said, just do an introduction and leave the couples to decide if they love each other. Go ahead, my friend.
My dear, if I have to say something in that regards, when you are marrying because of the height of somebody, or their eyes are, oh, I like them, they have blue eyes, be very careful choosing a spouse, choosing a husband, because of the outward appearance, because we don't know what will happen tomorrow. Some people, I'm not saying that it's everybody, can go and hurt their leg and they won't stand straight again. Because you go because their legs are so straight, what will you do? You can go because the man have a car. What if the car is no longer there and now the man is showing his true color to you? Will you condone it? Or what will happen? Or because he just cute, as we say, just be careful. So if a man is marrying you because of certain qualities, you have to, that man is not there for you. Oh, I like your backside. What about? I like her breast. It's pointy. What if you have a child and it goes down? Will he be there? What if sickness strike and the one have to go off? Will the man be there? So that's why we are now, I'm suggesting you have to know who the man is. You have to have some courtship. You have to know if you really love this man, so that when trouble comes, you will be able to withstand it, so that there will be no abuse of any kind. So, my dear,
what came to my mind is one of the reasons that women are abused in marriages.
Okay.
And I know especially young ones and everything. I mean, like we are experienced a little bit, and that's why we want to share some of these things to help other ones that are coming up. Exactly. Most men, some men, when they're in extramarital affairs, what they do sometimes, they become abusive to their wives.
That's right.
So what we're encouraging women, because women, when we talk about extramarital affairs, we have women that are encroaching into other women's marriage.
Exactly.
So I want you to understand, as much as all of us women, we cry about abuse. A lot of women are helping to abuse other women. And then I know people will be like, how come women are abusing other women? I'm telling you, when you go into a home and you wreck a home, or you're dating a man that is already married, what you're doing is that you are helping that man to abuse his wife.
That's right.
So when you see someone that you like, Yes, it's good for somebody to admire you, no problem. First, you ask the person, are you married? And then if the person said they're married, that means they're taken already, unless they're divorced. So it's not that someone that is actively married, and you know, a lot of, especially in Africa, I'm sorry to put it this way, I know extramarital affairs are everywhere, but especially in Africa, they will know that a man is married already, have children. Sometimes they know even the wife. They know the whole family. And then you have other girls, young girls, especially young girls. You go and you keep on dating the man, trying to get money. I want you to understand this. They say what goes around comes around. So if you're helping a man to abuse his wife by hiding behind and then making life miserable for the woman in the house, know that when you get married yourself, what goes around comes around. Somebody will do the same thing to you in your own marriage. So be very careful, women. Like I said, women will cry so much about abuse, but do not help men actually to abuse their wives. Because if you're hiding behind your, I call it homewreckers, and then some people call it concubine. If you're hiding, know that you are an abuser yourself too, because you're helping a man to abuse another woman. That's what I wanted to say about extramarital affairs.
My dear, I'm going to talk about this. I know we're on the topic of why some women are being abused in their marriage. I think education too, the quality of education. If you are so educated, or more educated more than your husband, the tendency he will abuse you will be there. That will be out of jealousy, or out of just trying to prove a little macho. I don't care about your education. You can be educated and still your husband. So that trouble can come there. But if you are less educated than your husband, so now there will be so many tendencies or so much for him to abuse you. Because if he's going to certain functions, to him you will not know how to address yourself there, or you do not know how to eat in public. He will go without you. You will always hear about it. Oh, I have meeting with so and so. Or I have meeting with this this group of workers. Others might come with their wife. He will always make excuses why he think you're not fit to be there. And then, like I said, if you're more educated than your husband, he will do the same thing, because he will be so shy. Like if you have a function and you want him to go with you, especially his work related, he will have 101 reasons why he cannot go. Then you will be the only woman to be there without your own husband, because he is not feeling a little bit the complex, inferiority complex, because maybe he will not know how to address himself or what to say, or he will just look at you, oh, you're going with your fellow professionals. I don't think I'm worthy to do that. Without knowing that he's subjecting you to mental abuse, because others will go there and he will not take you, and he will not go with you. At the same time, well, if you have the quality of education he have is low or higher than yours, he will do the same thing to you, because to him you cannot represent. So he will find a reason why he will think the other women are more superior than you. So that's why you got to be careful. If you marry for love, the man will not care. He will take you because he loves you. But once you marry because of either his status or your own status, he come and marry you, he will always try to dodge and find cut corners why he cannot go with you. That's why you have to marry for love. When you marry for love, your marriage will last. But if you marry for what the man have, or who the man is, or his position, or is being arranged, he will not take you anywhere. You will hear about it when he come back, if he chooses to, my dear.
And that's actually what came to my mind now is that love is not physical. That's what I understood. It's not physical. It's not what you're seeing outside. So because a lot of people are chasing things outside, and then it's inside, the qualities of a human being. So it's not the car that he has, the house and everything. No. That's not what it is. And actually what came to my mind is this, with the talent. Well, just my advice to women in a marriage, if you have your own talent, do not suppress your own talent and what you can do. Because a lot of women, because of economic reasons, they're abused, because when a man feels that he's the only one that is providing, he's doing this and he's doing this, and then you give up your own will and ignore yourself, who you are, then what he would do is that he will feel that he owns you because he controls you. So a lot of women, especially African women, are multi-talented. Bring out your talent to be able to benefit yourself, benefit your family, benefit like your marital family and your medium family where you were born. So it's not that, when you get married, you're like, all right, as long as this man is providing for me, then I'm not going to bring out what God gave me to do in this world. Be yourself. If you can sew. If you can knit, whatever you can. Be productive yourself too.
That's right.
So that you won't even be a burden to the man himself. And then, that's what I have to say. Though I know most of the time abusers are abusers, no matter what you do. You try as much as you can and they're very abusive. First, it's not what you did or what you did not do. It could be them. Some of them have like what is called post-traumatic syndrome. Some of them have mental problem. So if you find yourself in a very violent relationship like that, I think the best thing that you can do for yourself is to live, to be alive, and then be able to find someone that loves you. Because I don't believe that if somebody loves you, they will abuse you.
Another thing is not like we want to encroach in your family lifestyle. I think it's advisable too, for the sake of even your children and what you believe in, because we don't know tomorrow. Do not give up who you are, in case your husband can lose a job. The job can close down. Even if it's his own personal business, it can close down, so that the family will not go all the way down. You can be able to help to sustain the quality of life in your home. And if anything happens, death is the ultimate.
That's true.
If you die first, your husband can still be able to sustain the home. And then if he died before you can be able to help, so that you don't lose your home where you are living, or the children don't drop out of school. So that when it comes to doing something, it doesn't mean that you want to override your husband's decision, but you have to let him know if anything happens. No matter the money, if you're not working, even if it's in billions, that money will one day run out if you don't have a greedy in-laws. So
Good. We're almost done.
Okay, I have one more thing I want to say. Another causes or the reasons why women still stay in abusive marriage. I can say forced marriage. Most of the time, this one applies to parents. Sometimes your child can accidentally get pregnant. For you to still retain your position in the church or with your friends, then you want to do cover up by forcing your child to marry somebody.
That's true.
Either not the actual father of that child, maybe they looking for a child, or the man just want a younger person. You make sure that you force your child into that marriage. And when your child get there, after your child delivers, your child is not going to be a happy camper, because from day one, the man don't love your child. The man is looking after that pregnancy, so that he want to have a son or a daughter. So eventually, they are not going to live as a happy couple. There'll be yelling, there'll be confusion, there will be beating up, there will be financial, whatever, withdrawal or economic hardship. Your child will entertain, because that man is looking to have a child, and now your child gave that man the child. That's what he wants. So do not make your child or force your child. Pregnancy, 9 months, the child will be born. Do not force your child to marry against her will, because she is going to be hell on earth for her.
Exactly. And when it comes to the unwanted pregnancy, because sometimes it could be an accident. Maybe the girl was dating someone, and then
it happened.
Unfortunately, they ended up sleeping together. So it doesn't mean that they love each other. So what we're advising parents is that if it happens, unfortunately, like we said, we have to forgive the children. And then when it happens, if you can bring your daughter home, if your daughter doesn't love that person, allow your daughter to have the baby and then take care of the baby. And then she can always find someone that will love her to marry her.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So don't push her into that marriage just because she's pregnant, because she might end up being, abused. Mm-hmm. Physically, emotionally, and
sexually, financially, name it.
Exactly. So, and it's a lifelong process. So you don't want to subject your daughter to that. So that's what we have with women.
Okay.
That's true. Mm-hmm. So a lot of women, once again, please do your best to get out of abusive relationship. Report it to authority. Don't subject yourself there until you die, because you're not doing anybody any service by being in a bad relationship. I know sometimes some people say they're there because of their children. Unfortunately, if you die, your children will even suffer more in the hands of another woman. So the best thing you can do for yourself is to be alive, so that you can take care of your children. And then, once again, know that there's a reason that you're here. Beside marriage, you have more to contribute to society. So don't give up who you are just because you're in a marriage or because you're being subjected to an abusive marriage. So thank you so much. And once again, we always tell you to subscribe to our channel, because we have other episodes that will be coming. Although we address women today, and then we will also address the men.
The men, right?
Why some men are being abused too, because
by women, right?
Exactly. There's some women that abuse men too. So it's both ways. And we're going to bring that episode out. So to continue to follow us at our Sweet Home Africa, where we bring out some of the challenges that we're facing, and then offer simple advice that we believe will help our people and our government. So, my dear friend,
once again, subscribe, so that you can be the first person to get our new episode. All right. So we thank you, all our subscribers.
Yes.
We thank you, but forward it to friends. Encourage them to subscribe, so that you don't have to keep on forwarding it to them.
Exactly.
All right. God bless you.
So watch us next week at our Sweet Home
Africa.